Today is August 20th. The Yankees lost all 3 games to the Rays, and they lost 3 more players due to injury. Let's talk Yanks. Let's talk Yanks. That sounds awful.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these 2 fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you for clicking play and hanging out with us for a little bit. I'm sure the numbers will be a little down because why would you want to listen to this? But we will walk you through it. Maybe it's a commiserate pod. My name's Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In the corner is BBD. And we're coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios here in the Bronx. The Paxton news just came out, so that's, I was all right, Jake. I could do a level-headed recap. I could try and bring some positivity, some spins to the Rays' loss. The Paxton news is a gut punch on top of the Gleyber news, on top of the Britton news, and I am down and out. I kept telling you during the game today, let's just hit rock bottom. They're going to lose this game. They're going to get swept. I had a bad feeling all the way through. When they finally lost, we ended our live game, and I said, well, there's rock bottom. Got to hit rock bottom to come back up. I was wrong. I was so very wrong. We dug further. We found deeper. Paxton probably out for the season with Tommy John. So, forearm tightness is 9 out of 10. In a week, we will find out he needs Tommy John.
The way everything's adding up, it's hard to disagree with you on that.
Elbow, forearm tightness, MRI, that's Tommy John.
We'll see. We got one of the ones pitching in our staff in Tanaka, so we'll see if we hear anything on Paxton. But yeah, I mean, we just, hey, everyone, how you doing? Glad you're either here to commiserate or drink our tears. And yeah, Jim, maybe the numbers are up for this episode because there's a lot of sick pups, Yankee fans and non-Yankee fans alike. But yeah, me and BBD, right before we started recording, they announced the Paxton stuff on the S Network, and you were looking at your computer, and me and BBD gave each other the look, and we both looked at you, and your head was down, but your ears didn't hear it, and we told you, and yeah, we saw a little bit of life leave you. And it's tough, man. I mean, and more importantly, you start listing the injuries this year, and this is obvious to all Yankee fans, but it's after last year, man. I mean, we literally broke the record for most injuries by a baseball team ever. Whenever you do something for the first time in baseball, it's pretty incredible. And they did that last year. And here we are this year on a more aggressive pace. I think we have 10 IL guys in how many games? 25, 26? That's a pace, quick math, that's a pace of 30 guys, what I think the number was that broke the record, in about half a season of baseball, in about 75 games. So a little turkey math for the kids to start. It's incredibly frustrating. I think we had something in the chat just got me, which would really hamper the weekend. A potential COVID Mets case. I don't know why the patrons would make that up in the chat, so maybe we're finding out what rock bottom is, Jim.
Heyman said it. Mets have COVID case, tonight's game postponed.
Okay. Mets are postponed tonight. So we'll see what that means for the weekend. Going in with a worse taste in the mouth than expected.
That might let us skip Hap.
Yeah, it's true.
That might actually be a good news.
Yeah. Lick our wounds for
one less.
Days.
It means that we don't have to have another game without Judge.
Yeah. There he is. There's my guy, the big guy.
I can spin that pretty easily.
Wow. That's some Jakey Spins-ish right there. We're having a good time. So, yeah, we'll, I guess we check off all the injuries. We go through the games. We give some sad sack awards. Maybe we make some jokes along the way.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty deep.
You're pretty deep.
I'm pretty...
What do you need? Do you need like a memory of a story from our past that was something silly?
If Paxton's out,
Yeah.
how did the Yanks win in the playoffs?
Cold Tank.
Cold Tank who? Monty?
Cold Tank Monty.
How do they win a 7-game series?
Cold Tank Clark.
Cold Tank Monty Clark? No, I'm pretty out. Pretty
Chad.
down. I mean, hopefully... this is why we like to record when the emotions are running.
Yeah.
You know, as probably tomorrow morning I'll wake up and be like, man, I was a fucking Debbie Downer on the pod last night, but emotions are pretty high. Most down and out I've been
Yeah.
this season.
You didn't think the emotions were going to get to you, and the Yankees decided to break everyone they could.
Injuries.
Injuries times a little sweeperoo. That'll do it. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, in theory, Chad Green could be a 2-3 inning guy if he still exists.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. Didn't see him.
He's healthy, though.
Didn't see him this series.
Oh, God damn it, man.
Crazy. Imagine how Brian Cashman genuinely feels.
Like this?
Like this times
Times a bunch.
a billion, man. Like this is his life. James Drury in the chat with a Chad lasagna. Don't try to get me going sexy this early into a sad show.
I don't know. You want to burn these games? What do we need to do?
I guess we got to get through the games.
If Gleyber's out with a hamstring, he's getting an MRI. That might just be a mild case, but if they treat him the same way they treated Judge, they'll 10-day him.
Yeah. Hey, Judge was supposed to come back Saturday. Yeah, we'll see. Gleyber goes down today. Britton goes down yesterday. Did they IL him? Yeah.
Gleyber gets a good time to rest.
Look at that. Maybe they don't need to IL him. He's 23. Be young and healthy. Paxton, scary. What else happened in this series? Those are the three?
Britton, Paxton, Gleyber. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they lost all the games.
They did.
I still don't care about those as much.
Right.
But I care more that I don't know how I feel.
Ooh.
Because I don't think the next game that matters is the first game of the playoffs. So I agree with not killing them. Injuries are up across the league, especially
True.
to pitchers. So injuries are up across the league to pitchers. So resting guys makes sense. It's very frustrating to rest guys all the time because you want to win every game as a fan and as a player. I do think they're sticking to a plan more so than trying to win. That's frustrating. I don't know what to think, man.
Looks like you're in good shape, CC. That's not real, people. But yeah, man, it's brutal. The injuries, obviously no joke. And yeah, I mean, you know, I've been pushing the regular season a little harder than you because I do think, you know, the difference between a 1 or 2 and a 4 and a 5 seed could very much change your playoff experience. You still got to win the games. And more importantly, I mean, Tampa's peacocking on us. They're dancing on graves a little right now.
We can beat Tampa if we're full strength. I've no scared of that. I mean, they can beat us as well, but it's not like they're like, you know, if we have a playoff series with Cole, I was going to say Paxton and Tanaka. Now Paxton out. That's what really scares me because I could sell you if we have a playoff series with Cole, Paxton, Tanaka, Judge is out there, DJ's out there, Gio's out there, Voigt's out there, Gleyber's out there, Gary's out there, Clint if you want him somewhere in there. Like I could sell you that pretty easily and be like, we'd be in that. These games are not indicative of that matchup because fucking Kratz is behind the dish 2 out of all the games we played against the Rays. One of the games they beat us, we pitched 4 guys that aren't even on the roster anymore, basically. You know, This game 2, they didn't use Chad. Game 3, they didn't use Chad. If you give me Chad for 2, Britton for 1, Chapman for 1, with Cole, Tanaka, Paxton, I can sell you on that easily.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the Rays in the playoffs. They're good, and it'd be a hard-fought series. We wouldn't roll them over.
Right.
But these games aren't indicative of the Yankees at their best. Will they ever be at their best? That's the problem now.
That is the question, and I guess my thing is you want to have every advantage you can because the sport is still baseball. You know, look at what the Nats did last year. They were in a 1-game playoff, losing in the 8th inning, something like that. And you want to be as healthy as you can be with your best guys. You want to give yourself the best shot to be at home. And hey, maybe this, hopefully there is a day towards the end of September where we can laugh at this and say, remember how miserable that was, and now we've got these guys back and we're winning games again, and maybe we just beat up on Tampa. Because, I don't think we want to end the season saying Tampa got us 8 out of 2, even if it's not with your best guys. Where there's big brother and little brother, and until Tampa really gets us, which, if this was talking Rays right now, they say, yeah, we've been lining up these Yanks and we just killed them. You're right. Obviously not our best guys, and we got to get everyone healthy. And, you started looking at the lineup today when you were hoping for the 3-run rally, and you're like, what? Where's the threat? It's void or bust right now.
Yeah. Can we end the debate about our backup lineup and our B lineup being good?
Yes.
Can we please stop having Yankee fans say that our backups are better than teams in MLB?
Last year there was a gentleman's discussion. This year, no.
I mean, I saw the lineup today and saw the Rays pitching and was like, that's going to be a bad one.
Yeah.
So.
We need someone in the middle, man.
People are mad at me because I tweeted out the Judge thing, the Judge spin.
Nice.
I should have hashtag spin zone to let them know it was not a serious thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What was I going to say? And it felt like last year, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I mean, a lot of guys were out for a while, but they're just missing something in the heart of the lineup. They might have to move Voit down a few spots, because when Gleyber hasn't had his power swing this year, and it just feels like that heart of the lineup, the top is fine. We're always fine if Hicks ends up there or what's going on up there. And then when you're 6 through 9, and you see the Geos and the Guardies, on a given day they can give you something great. I don't know. Judge, be healthy and get back. He's one of the best players in baseball. Let's, shall we do it?
You want to burn game 1?
I can burn game 1.
Okay. On your mark. Get your sets. Burn!
Blake, Griffin, Snell, and the Rays jump into a 3-game set with the Yanks on a Tanaka Tuesday. The first of the season, maybe. Like a teenager getting asked by his parents where the weed is, Masa did not have it. He gives up 6 runs, 5 earned, with the low moment being a Lau home run. The Yankees would put up a little fight. El crushes one, his 5th of the year. The King demands a rally. 2-run Yabo. The King brings home the young prince. Ooh, royalty. 6-3 Rays. The bases are hucked, but the Yankees are bleep. Snell and the Rays pen hold. Yankees lose 6-3 final.
Tank got. Finally.
Tank got.
By the Rays.
Tank got. He, I think someone, I forget if it was Katie Sharp, someone tweeted out his pitch location, and he was living all over the heart of the plate, which
he just didn't have it.
Ain't how Tank operates. That's fine.
See, that doesn't scare me that doesn't change my worry about Tank in the postseason one iota.
Sure.
He has bad regular season starts all the time.
He's going to have a bad day or two.
He's not.
He's bona fide in the postseason. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, so I don't, it sucks. The offense was more of the thing. Snell looked good. But again, this is the righty stack lineup, man. This is Clint Frazier, Miguel Andujar, Tyro, 789. It's
Yeah.
Luke Voigt, Gio Hicks, 123. Like, Talkman is in there in the middle. So, it's just, that's not the lineup.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's not the lineup. That's not DJ. That's not Judge. That's not Stanton. It's not the lineup. It's not the plan at all.
At all, yeah.
At all.
So, like,
And hey, if I'm gonna be your glass half full for the afternoon, the Yanks had a chance. I mean, I think they had the bases. Did they have the bases loaded in the 7th or 8th? Which again, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean you have a full-out chance to win the game.
yeah, I mean, it was a walk, a single by Clint.
Walk, single, hit by pitch, and you've got Voigt and Urshela.
Yeah, and Voigt, he's amazing right now. He took strike 3 that I thought was a strike, but he's been amazing. So whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a rally. It was one hit.
And I mean, when you look at the way this Rays team's built, it's a lot of pitching, a ton of pitching, which we saw, and then a lot of versatile pieces. They are using their bench. I hope the Yankees start getting into that game more. I mean, the problem is they don't have healthy guys to field it. Update, John Heyman says the Subway Series likely postponed. Mets have 2 cases, a player and a coach. So might have cleared up your freakend.
Hope those guys are asymptomatic and don't pass it on to anyone else, but I just wonder why the player and the coach were making out.
Oh, okay. Rumor.
Isn't that what Heyman's tweet just said?
I think so.
Didn't it just say a player and a coach were caught making out?
Could you comment that under Heyman's tweet?
Absolutely not.
That'd be a good one. So, yeah, I mean, on a day that Tanaka didn't have it at all.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Kiermaier's us. He has a big day at the plate. Their 8 and 9 pitcher, Perez, the backup catcher, they combined to go 4 for 7. We had 5 hits on the day. The fact that we were still a Voigt or Urshela swing away from having the lead in this game is kind of insane. Nick Nelson and Cessa did a nice job, and it goes kind of overlooked. But, yeah, I mean, Tank didn't have it. Snell was solid, and they just go back and forth in the bullpen, man. I hate Fairbanks.
You do?
Oh, my God, with those big eyes. And
Which one's Fairbanks?
He's got big eyes, and he's just, the way he acts is like, he's, I guess I'm going to be mean.
Okay. I don't know which one he is.
He acts like a loser who just figured out what confidence is. Like, if he strikes someone out, he, like, his eyes get wider, and he, like, looks out in the distance like, yeah, I can do this.
Okay. That is a little mean.
I don't like it. I don't like Fairbanks. I like a lot of their other guys. I mean, come on.
You don't like this guy?
I'm not a big fan of that guy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Fairbanks.
Yeah. No problem.
Doesn't do it for me.
Hope he comes on the pod one day.
And Jim, how about this? The every team's complaint shirt. We don't have enough pitching. We don't hit with runners in scoring position. What was the other one? We don't beat the bad teams. We play down to our competition. 0 for 6 in runners in scoring position. If you do that, it's tough to score runs.
Sure is.
And Rays, we're 2 for 6. Huh.
And they unroll their big pen. Castillo, Anderson, Rowe.
Yanks 6 left on base. Rays only left 2 on base. Yeah, I mean, for what this game was, the fact the Yanks had a shot, still a little wild.
All right, let's go to game 2. Let the fun continue.
Let's get it.
On your mark. Get set.
A battle of the Golden Geese. Garrett Cole versus Tyler Glasnow, 2 of the most talented arms in baseball. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he G-Man Choi? G-Man owns Garrett Cole, and then no way. Both solo shots, it's 2-0 Tampa. Like Elvis performing in Tupelo on an August night, the king is hot. Voit again. 1-run home run makes it 2-1. Gio sacrifices onto the gods for the sacked fly, and we are tied into the 8th, just like the 1966 World Cup. The hungry team beats Britton. 2 runs off Zach, but the Pinstripes, again, 2 runners on, no outs in the 9th. Line out, strikeout, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Not enough fortitude as the Yanks lose fortitude.
How come you went with Tupelo as your hot place?
You know, I was trying to think of a summer town. You know, I know Elvis is known for Memphis.
Give me the line. Let me. What was it?
Like Elvis performing in Tupelo on an August night.
I would have went with like Elvis performing in a sauna.
I mean, that would have been real hot.
Like Elvis
For
performing in a boiling water.
I wanted somewhere that you knew was warm, and Tupelo just sounds warm.
Yeah. What about
I don't know where Tupelo is.
what about Galvin?
Galvin sounds warm.
That's hot. It's a
Mississippi. Oh, yeah. Elvis performing in Tupelo.
Hot, You think Elvis ever performed in Tupelo?
Probably not.
Elvis.
He's born there.
What?
Maybe that's.
Are you joking?
I think you subconsciously knew that.
Fuck that.
So he's definitely performed there. If he's born there. Yeah. So you subconsciously knew that. It's not a freak thing. Somewhere deep in your brain, you knew that.
I don't like that.
You did, man.
I mean, I assume you're right, but either way, I just don't like it.
You don't like that there's things your brain knows that you don't know?
James Jury in the chat. I was impressed. good drop. So how about that?
Cole was the best we've seen him. And
Cole
we
looked
said that
good.
the last 2 Cole outings, so he's continuing
He's
to
finding
get
it.
crispier.
Very mad he got pulled.
I love it. That's what CeCe used to bring. Great teammate, says the right things, but pissed. Wants to
pitch.
finish.
The Yes Crew did a really good job with that, too.
Yeah.
Because I think, after the game press conference sounded like a different story, but the Yes Crew and David Cohn, they were like, you want your ace to feel that way, that every time you take the ball from him, he should be pissed off because he wants to get that next guy, always.
Dude, Buck told a story. Dude, Buck's post games are. Everyone needs to tune in. We're missing it right now.
Such a great
Buck,
camera.
They asked Buck about Cole. They asked Buck about Cole and that whole situation. He said, "We had a guy in Baltimore. You know, he was our 1, probably 3, but our 1." And I asked him one time. I said, "How you feeling?" He said, "What's my pitch count out?" I knew right then he's out. That's not a 1. It's our 3. And it's just like. He's like, you're worried about the pitch count, not how you feel?
Yeah.
You're not a 1. So, Buck's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that story. Listen to him on the post game. Did I do a decent Buck impression?
You did a really solid Buck impression. Your impression game is
My impression
taking
game
off.
is getting better and better as we go.
So that's good news. And the poll was the right move, by the way. I mean, especially what had happened last time with Cole against the Rays at pitch 109.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
Go to
you're trying
Britton.
to save him.
He got the out.
Everyone's getting hurt.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting hurt.
Oh, my God. Imagine Cole gets hurt after 110 pitches.
I mean, hold your fucking breath. We got a
Jesus.
lot of games left for Cole to get hurt.
If I was Boone.
And then Britton gets out of it,
Anyways.
and then the next inning starts. And Britton and Voit don't connect again for an error, which has happened twice now.
Looked like it was squarely on Britton, right?
Yeah, Voit kind of shot him a look.
He was kind of... I think what it genuinely was, and Yes was on this too, I think people were kind of surprised Voit got there. You've been talking about how Voigt's defense is better.
Yeah.
Voit comes up with it. Britton has a stutter step. Gary didn't even pursue up the line because I don't think he thought Voit would get it. And, yes, a catcher backs up everything, but that's a tough one. You don't picture the play going off Britton's glove towards your dugout.
Well, anyway,
but,
Britton pulled his hamstring on that play.
yeah.
And then, I mean, I actually saw a good response across the board because the next wild pitches, I actually didn't see a lot of people ripping Gary. Maybe I avoided it, but did you see a lot? Because those were wild pitches.
Oh, yeah.
Those were spiked like crazy. I mean, Britton was all over the place. So you probably pull him after the walk, after Brasso comes up, when they pinch hit Brasso for G-Man Choi to get the righty in there, you probably go to your Rugi and Otto. If this is a playoff game, they have Chad up and warming, but they were saving Chad for the next game. Trying to keep his workload down because, again, they're prioritizing rest in the playoffs, especially with their bullpen. They're being very road mappy with how they use these guys.
And it's
very, all according to a plan.
It is very easy to micromanage with 2020 hindsight. Britton's been playing really well. He gets the pill. He gets the out. I'm interested by the fact that, Chapman's still making his way back.
He pitched once.
And I was curious. And, again, this is very much a hindsight, but you couldn't, Mets Yankees postponed. How about that? So, time to heal up. I was surprised they didn't go to Chad just from the fact that if you could get from Chad and Otto to Chapman, you almost have Britton available if necessary to be like, hey, Chapman doesn't have it today, or he's still adjusting to coming back. You have Britton as a backup option. It's a lot of hindsight. Leaving Rugi Otto out there is just wild, and his confidence should be shattered. And as we saw today, I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah. I mean, but this game, and we have to talk about all of Boone's management because, like you said, the Otto stuff's weird.
Oh, my God.
But not having Chad is weird. If this game was like a must-win, if this game existed in the 60-game season where the second-place team goes to a one-game wild card and the games against the Rays mean double they mean now, I agree. It would be the worst managed game in Boone's career as a manager.
Yeah.
I think the pitching, not excusable because I still don't love it, but it's like, it's more that they're sticking to their plan to not overuse guys, and they have a roadmap for players like Chad Green. And if you listen to the pregame show, we do Pitching Path to Victory, and we basically can tell you who they're going to use and who they're not. And we said they're not going to use Chad. We knew it before the game. So they're probably going to save Chad for Paxton. We said that on the pregame show. And they did. You can figure this out. It's like they have a roadmap, and they don't change from it. So I do think it's not Boone being a terrible decisions. It's more he just sticks to the map, which that's a terrible plan maybe, but then maybe it's not because these games truly don't matter as much as you think they mean. So I don't know. The pinch hitting stuff is so inexplainable, especially when you send Andujar down the next day.
Yeah, and let's you know what, when you're managing players health-wise and you're doing all that stuff and, you want to keep the bullpen fresh or whatever the hell they're doing with Otto, do that when you win. So if you come back the next day and we lose with Holder, Heller, Sessa, whoever it is, you say, well, we lost yesterday. We used those guys, so we had to go there today. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. Here we are sitting with Chad Green not pitching this entire series. And, I mean, that's just, especially after what we just did, Sharp Stats with Katie Sharp, go listen to it, and how dominant Chad's been this year. Tough to walk out of the series, especially a Cole start. Cole Glass now, to get the second game of the series, I don't know. It feels pretty icky.
Yeah.
And now, so the end of the game, if you didn't watch this, Rowe comes in, back-to-back days, walks Gleyber, walks Gary. Gardy lines out to center. He had a couple hangers. He gave him good swings. First one he took looking. The second one he fouled straight back. And then he hits a liner. It's right to center field. Not much you can do there. This is where it gets a little funky. They bring in Jalen Beeks out of the bullpen. And it's Talkman's spot in the lineup. So it's lefty versus lefty. Talkman was very good against lefties last year. 9.6 OPS type good against lefties last year. This year
we asked him about it.
Yeah, when
he came on this very podcast, we asked him about it. Jake did, and he had an answer. It's a thing.
Not to give away too much, he said, I kind of like it because it eliminates options. Thorough. He's like, a lot of lefties just go fastball slider to you. They don't throw their changeup. So he's like,
they don't throw their slider. They throw the changeup. They don't throw the thing that breaks in.
They don't throw the changeup.
They don't throw the changeup because it breaks away. Yeah. Wait, now I'm all confused.
You're good. Lefty on lefty. They would throw a slider because it goes away. So that's Talkman's approach. Go check out that interview from spring training. This year he has been bad. It's a very small sample. It's a very small season. But you have Estrada on deck. And I think Beeks has better numbers versus righties than lefties. Anyways, they pinch hit Andujar for Talkman. And very much, Jim and I agree in this, it was very much like a looking for a spark. Andujar, you've been pretty bad. Why don't we break out in a big way and hit a walk-off home run and get out of here?
I said it was an insult to Talkman and Andujar. Like, Talkman had one at-bat already because he was a defensive replacement for Clint when they took the lead. Or it was tied, which is great. That's fine. That's normal. Expect that. So then he hits for Clint. That's what it is. So he has one at-bat under his belt. And then, he hits lefties well, and he's, like, in the game now. Like, he was already a sub. Andujar, especially with Tyro behind him, where then you can now put Andujar at third or Andujar at second or Andujar at, you can,
You figure it out.
It's easier replacement-wise than Andujar for Talkman. Well, I guess they view him as an outfielder now.
Gleyber to second, even.
You can figure it out.
Yeah, you make it work.
It makes no sense. The only reason I could think about it is they just wanted to see what they have in Andujar, or they knew he was going to fail and they can demote him and get the service time
They just had Wade pinch run, so you had options. And Talkman, they pinch run with Wade at first, so if you're going to double up Wade and Talkman, it better be a line drive short hop at someone.
What did Boone say about this?
I'm not fully sure. I don't know how hard we want to dig.
I have it. I just need to skip around.
Skip around a little bit. I can BS.
Brit, that's always just
I
one
can't do it
pitch
without.
away,
Listen,
Brasso,
can you turn it up a little bit?
Got it and was able to drive him in.
It looked like you had Ottavino ready there. Any consideration to bringing him in there to face Brasso?
Yeah, definitely. But, then you start getting into the left-handed pinch hit options they have. And I just felt like
Spoiler.
once we got it to first and second there and still a tie score, I just felt like, Britt had a good chance of putting the ball on the ground.
Garrett Cole was just in, and he still seemed
Hard in the sixth, or it was great tonight, and he was, pushing 100. I thought Garrett threw the ball. Choi hit I thought, pretty good command tonight.
I got to ask about it,
Is
right?
there any additional conversation with him after you take him out?
Back out he went, and I just felt like once it got to Meadows, though, I felt like that was
He came in. Any consideration to sticking with Talkman there?
a little bit. I just felt like that was our shot there, and felt like, Miggy, could have put a charge into one there. So there was some consideration to staying with him, but ultimately
lot of
So it just
consideration.
thinks Andujar's got more power than Talkman, which right now
Which right now is
whatever.
true.
That's a weird. That's a whatever. The other answers kind of make sense, but they kind of scare you for Game 3 with the Ottavino stuff that we just heard.
Yeah, and it's just bizarre that I kind of get what he's saying about Britton. You got a runner on first, and you got Zach Britton, a guy who puts it on the turf 80% of the time.
Yeah.
You're hoping for the double play ball. I kind of get that. The Andujar thing made no sense.
No.
And if you were gonna do it, you do it for Tyro, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you say,
'Cause Talkman's good.
Talkman does whatever he does, and then Andujar pinch hitting for Tyro Estrada makes sense. And Andujar has one of the sadder pinch hit at bats you can have, which again isn't fully on him, but yeah, tough. Another game that felt ugly and dumb, and the Yankees still were kind of in it. 0 for, and again, this is what it comes down to, really. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Rays were 2 for 7.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like you go.
Did they cancel the Sunday game too for Yankees Mets?
BBD?
Did that-
I've only seen tomorrow's canceled
Okay,
so
they
far.
didn't cancel the whole series.
Not yet.
Either do the whole series or not. That completely changed my weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, how about this? You're looking for Jakey analytics. Don't go 0 for 13 in the first 2 games with runners in scoring position. Tough winning strategy.
Yes. Yeah. All right, I want to burn game 3.
Yeah, better anything.
On your mark, get set, and boom.
A big game for James as Paxton needs a big start versus John Curtis with 2 S's as the Bombers try not to get swept in the Bronx. Bottom 1, no dumb King voice here. Voit is unconscious. Followed by a Gleyber RBI groundout. It's 2-0 Bombers. Times are good and Voit's insane. Paxton cruising like a guy on a Saturday morning in his midlife crisis car until a couple walks, Joey Wendell double, Brousseau sack fly, Rays flip it. It's 3-2, but flip it real good by a real god. Gio to God with a 2-run homer to give the Yanks a 4-3 lead, and the game would end that way. Blow-up inning by the Otto Avalon power couple, and the Yandy man twists the knife with a 1 of 30 stadium porch job. 10-5 Rays. It's a sweep. We're all hurt. Times are bad.
Gio and Voit. Those are the 2 guys. Imagine if we can mix them with Judge and Gleyber. Judge and DJ. Gleyber, too.
Judge DJ Gleyber.
Yeah.
Good Gary.
I get Boone's decisions in this game as well. You just needed to get that 6th inning. Then you have Chad for the 7th and the 8th, and Chapman for the 9th.
And here's the thing. So a lot of the people were saying, some people were wondering why Paxton came out. We find out after the game. Forearm tightness, 83 pitches. That 6th inning, and Ottavino gets a clean inning, which, if it sounds like we're walking over ourselves, we have wanted that. But the Rays, because Paxton started, had 5 lefties on the bench. So if there's a time you kind of can't go to him, it's right here because he gives up a really squibby hit to Yandy Diaz. They have a righty shift on. He squeaks one down the line. Nobody's even over there. They pinch hit Brandon Lau, who's been one of the best players in baseball, not an exaggeration. So now you've got Otto, the guy you didn't want to use against lefties all year, is now 0 outs, tying run on second with one of the best lefty hitters in baseball at the plate.
And we just heard Boone say about Ottavino, I didn't want to bring him for the righty because they have all those lefties on the bench.
Well, you got it today.
What's going on with Otto is so weird. Do we like him? Do we dislike him? Is he good? Is he bad? Do they trust him? Do they not trust him? Is he not good because they're not putting any trust in him? Is he not getting any trust because he's not good? Chicken or the egg? What's going on? I guess eventually you're just going to have to pitch really well, Otto, to get the trust because they're not going to give it to you now.
And he almost did. I mean, he
walked the guy.
Yeah, he walks Lau with first base open, which I don't hate today. And then he goes, strikeout. Let me bring it up. Diaz down the line, lie walk. Choi with the line out to center, which Gardy made a really nice play on, so the inning could have been even uglier. He strikes out Adames, so you got 2 outs, and they leave Margot up, who's a righty and not a great hitter, and he hits a bloop end of the bat, broken bat single, I believe, right over Tyler Wade. Game of inches. I mean, if Tyler Wade starts the inning, a foot back, he might squeeze that. We're up 4-3, and maybe the Yankees' good pin carries them the rest of the way. Unfortunately, baseball is a sick sport and does not work like that. I think tying together a lot of the ideas that have been running through this episode is baseball is a little bit of a sick sport. Couple pitches get called differently. Paxton had a 3-2 walk that led to runs in the 5th that could have easily been called a strike. And, we've seen Paxton's emotions fluctuate pretty easily on the mound. Does that change the course of the game? If Tyler Wade gets that ball, changes the course of the game. If Brett Gardner doesn't get that ball, the game's uglier. So that's kind of how baseball works. We were in all 3 of these games with a lot of guys missing.
Yep. You liked him. Would you want him to pivot to Chad there? Alec Haviland's been good. We were just saying that. He's been good. So if he can get Wendell there, the inning's over. Then Chad has the 7, 8, 9 on a tie game. But once Avalon doesn't get Wendell, now you can't replace him because of the 3-batter minimum rule.
Yeah.
So do you not even give him a chance to get Wendell?
Yeah.
That's like the weird rub of it all.
It gets really tricky, and I think today might have been learning experience for Boone with the 3 pitchers because Avalon was kind of left out there
They leave him out there to die.
on an island, and he had to. I mean,
Like, let's be honest. If that rule doesn't exist, and Avalon,
it's 1 batter.
if Wendell hits Avalon, you take him out.
Yeah.
For Zunino.
Which, hey, he doesn't get Wendell, and that was a big part of the job on his end. So, not going to defend him too much there, but then he's in a really bad spot, the next 2 batters. You know, when we were watching this, I wanted Chad, which, again, would have left a very tricky 8th inning. Could have left, if Chad has a bad inning, you're leaving yourself a really tough 7 and 8. So I do get it, but I don't know. It was kind of one of those, hey, we've got the lead. It's the 6th inning, and we haven't used a guy who's been one of our best players this season. So you would have liked to see it. You know, Otto was close to getting out of it. From what we were saying before, we should normally feel great about Otto getting that inning, but they also refused to put him in that situation. So how's he supposed to be confident when yesterday he was staring at what should have been a perfect situation for him to come in, and he gets turned down for it? So, again, a series that leaves you with a lot more questions than answers, with injuries galore. Not great, Bob.
We have Boone on Paxton and Gleyber's injuries. It's a 2-minute video. Do you mind listening to some of this?
Let's let it rip.
Get his vibe on it.
He's icing now. He seems to think it's just a little tight, but we'll probably get this imaged and see where we're at from there.
Just considering on some of the injuries that you've suffered so far, some of them being hamstring injuries as well, just how frustrating is it to have another guy out with a potential injury?
Yeah, I mean, these when anyone goes down with something, you know, I feel for the individual, and you know, we'll find a way to make do, and it allows for another opportunity for someone else to step up in their absence, and that's what we need to do right now. But right now, I just hoping the best that it's not something serious, which I don't believe it is with Gleyber.
Was it just running down the line there, or had that been bothering him at all prior?
I think a quick movement out of there that just kind of tightened up on him a little bit.
James Paxton really was rolling early on, retired 13 of 14 batters, and then ran into trouble. What do you think caused him to really lose his command there in that 5th inning?
Yeah, he just, I mean, he was really filling up the strike zone early, and not overpowering today, but his mix was really strong. And then obviously a couple walks that really came back to bite him there in that 5th inning, and, had the pitch count drive up in a big way there.
Do you look at this as an encouraging outing for Paxton, or something that he just needs to be able to go deeper in games?
We'll see. I mean, the unfortunate thing is he's left for an MRI too. He felt a little discomfort in his forearm, elbow. The last couple pitches of that 5th inning. So we've sent him to see what's going on there.
Aaron, do you ever ask yourself, I know you went through it last year, but how many blows can this team take?
No. Again, just for Pax right now, hoping for the best, that we get good news there, and hopefully to continue to work to get them right.
Well, the Gleyber one doesn't sound that bad, but I still think they might just 10-day him. It looked like he pulled out a piece of paper midway through this and read like the Paxton news.
Just came in front of him. Yeah, again, I mean, a 23-year-old with a hamstring thing is probably better than a 31-year-old with a hamstring thing. And it was weird. It wasn't your traditional hamstring pull, the full come-up lame. Like, it definitely happened. He almost rolled his ankle a little bit into it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
watch this.
Not ideal.
Watch this little detective.
I'm now watching.
So he pulls something out of his back pocket right here when they pivot to Paxton, and then as he answers this question, he gives it a peek and makes this face. Seems like he read some bad news.
There's some sleuth stuff there. There's some definite sleuth stuff there.
All right. Well,
who knows? Maybe the paper was a prank by Nevin before, and it said like boobs on it or something.
Could have been.
Got
Could've
Big
been.
Baby David really good. And that's obvious.
Yeah.
good boobs there.
All right. So
Scotland.
should we just
I do remember.
pivot to awards?
Pivot.
Awards today are brought to you by DraftKings. My name's JOMBOY, and I'm here to tell you that there are 100 million reasons why you should listen up. So listen up.
Listen now.
DraftKings, the leader in one-day fantasy sports, is celebrating the return of sports by giving away they're giving away up to $100 million in prizes to all of their customers, including one lucky winner who will take home a $1 million prize. Popcorn Jake.
Oh, you're popcorning.
To claim
your share of up to 100 million in instant giveaways, all you have to do is this. Download the app and sign up using promo code JOMBOY. Then enter DraftKings free football survivor pool. Yes, it really is that easy to claim your share of up to 100 million in instant giveaways and put yourself in the running to win $1 million cash prize. While the top prize is reserved for one lucky winner, everyone who signs up and enters DraftKings free football survivor pool will receive an instant bonus prize of at least $5 in value upon entering. We might have to enter one of these, Jim. While you're in the app, don't forget to check out all of the great daily fantasy contests DraftKings is hosting for this week's basketball and golf action. Download the DraftKings app now and use promo code JOMBOY to claim your share of $100 million in instant giveaways and put yourself in the running for the $1 million quiche prize. That's promo code JOMBOY to get your share of $100 million in prizes only at DraftKings. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Thanks, Jake. Thought you were going to popcorn it back at one point.
Sorry. When I get rolling in that thing,
hot.
I go. Yeah.
You got hot.
I go.
All right. Awards! The first word we do here on Talkin Yanks is...
Oh!
Pride of the Yankees. Yeah.
Gabagool.
Who goes first? Me? Cool. My pride of the... Me?
Oh.
My pride of the Yankees is Garrett Cole.
Wow.
He's healthy. He's pitching well.
That's a good
He looked really good, and I love the love that he's giving Gary Sanchez.
Yeah. How about
might
that?
have to play that soundbite for everyone,
How
too, that
about
hasn't heard
that?
that yet. I mean, he is smothering Gary with love.
I pinned the tweet.
You did.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I can find it pretty easy, too.
Should be.
I've been around a handful of catchers, and I've never been around a guy with a 250-pound body trying to slug in the middle of the order and have, be expected to hit 30 home runs and, catch 140 games. Obviously not going to happen in this season, but for the most part, man is pretty blessed and pretty talented, and he works his butt off back there, so I've just been impressed.
Boom. Thanks, Cole.
So send that to any Gary hater. Pretty cool. I mean, I was mad at first. He said, Gary's a 250-pound guy, listed at 230. So a little like, hey, come on.
Oh, you round up. It's
Come
200,
on.
250, 300.
But yeah, I mean, 250-pound guy with a giant slug in the middle of the lineup. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What did you hear?
I heard 250-pound guy with a giant slug in the middle of his legs.
Yeah. Okay, we got it.
Imagine that. I'd be so grossed out.
Oh, God.
Look down. It's like that scene in Stand By Me
It's
when he's got
probably
leech on his
huge.
balls.
Gary's big.
What are you talking about?
What were you talking
Like
about?
if you're swimming in a swamp and you get a giant slug goes in your
Right.
bathing suit.
Oh, that's my nightmare.
Yeah, Stand By Me scene.
Ugh,
Leech
the
on the balls.
leeches, yeah.
All right, Garrett Cole goes 6 innings, 2 outs. 6.2 innings. 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. I love his demeanor. I love how intense he is. I love how much he talks. Ah, good job, Gary.
Yeah.
There, Gary.
Having a big
back,
time
back,
out
back,
there.
Gary, back. Like nonstop. It's pretty cool.
Gary's nightmare.
Yeah,
Gary
Gary-
has nightmares. He looks up, he can't find the ball, which was already his
You know the
nightmare.
Tetris
and now
effect?
it's Garrett screaming
do you,
at him.
Do you know the Tetris effect? Is that like if you played enough Tetris, you would dream in Tetris?
Ooh, okay.
That's what Gary has going on with Cole right now. He just dreams in like Cole's pitch sequencing. Like, okay, if I see the back foot slide out on the swing, then Cole's gonna want me to throw this. It's just his nonstop thoughts.
Is dreaming in Tetris kind of cool? That sounds like relaxing.
I used to do it
Just
when
seeing the pieces
when I
fall
spent
into
all
place.
day video editing. I wonder if this happens to you, BBD.
Okay.
Like I would dream in like just Premiere, like sliding the things and cutting and dragging. It's weird.
Tell us about your dreams, BBD.
It's a real phenomenon. It's a Tetris.
I
effect.
wouldn't, not dreaming in the sense that like when I'm asleep and
No,
dreaming,
it's not
but like
asleep.
just
It's-
like in your
yeah.
head.
It's daydreaming.
Yeah.
You just start like visualizing.
But I've had
the
different
moves.
like phases with phone games and stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Garrett Cole, I mean, it's as much on the field as what he brings off the field. You like that intensity. Paxton seems to need that intensity. We'll see if he's healthy to get back on the mound to bring it. But, if that, you see Tank with that intensity sometimes. Bringing that every night is a tough task.
Yeah.
So
Empty stadium.
Empty stadium, yeah. To be able to do that is crazy. So
And he does it with ease.
Cole
and some.
is my easy pride of the Yankees.
Ripping coming off the mound. Yeah, that's a good one. I like how quickly you went for it, and I was very nervous. I mean, sweep at home, first time since 2017 that's happened. The Cleveland Indians did it in late August. By the way, we beat them in the playoffs. So that
was a doubleheader sweep too, so it didn't even count.
That can be your little punchy jab line if you need it anywhere. I can't believe
the last time the Yanks got swept at home, this was a hobby for us.
It's very true.
And BBD wasn't born yet.
There was a huge. Hey, maybe one of the perks of a sweep series is that there was 2 options for the standout performance. And boy, does Nick Nelson. No, it's Luke Voit. Luke Voigt's out of control. He homered in every game this series. JOMBOY's had him in the Talkin Baseball homer draft. Go check that out. That's been pretty good for him. Yeah, I mean, he finishes 5 for 10, 4 runs, 5 RBI, 3 home runs, 500 batting average, and a 615 OBP. Couple nice plays at first. Louis Linwood is playing some of the best baseball around baseball right now. He's approaching the home run leaderboard. He was out of his mind this series.
Out of your mind.
Get out of your mind.
Yeah, no, he's been. I mean, he even had another RBI on just a single in this game 3.
The final game. There's still a little bit of hope.
5 RBIs, 5 hits. Dude's good.
Jesus. Am I reading this? Only 2 RBIs outside of Voit and Urshela.
Nice. Good job.
Good job, Luke. You look great, man. No longer freaked out by Skinny Voit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
And he's fast now. He led off for the first time.
Yeah, lead off
Speed
Voit.
kills in this game was his quote.
So we need a Voit. We need a Voit speed kill shirt.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Write that down.
Did you write it down?
I'll message Matt.
Messaging Matt. Okay. Moving on. The next award that we do here is...
You Yankee motherfucker.
Okay. The problem is there's like so many options on offense that all of them, it feels rude to just single one of them out.
Right.
Like no
It's
one
gotta have a reason.
So I'm going to keep it short and sweet and give it to Masahiro Tanaka.
Whoa.
Yeah. People think you know what? You know how many MFers I've probably given to Gary and Tanaka over the years? Fair and balanced.
Arguably too many because you like to take that opportunity to go at them to try to level yourself out.
Yeah.
It's a yin and a yang thing.
Yes. Yin and yang. Not yin and yang.
Who?
Ying.
Slug?
In leeches. The other person I wanted was a hitter, but I'd just be singling him out, so it felt bad. So, I mean, Tanaka had a bummer. He has bummers of starts. I'm not expecting Tanaka to be Cole, Bieber, Bauer. You know what I mean? He's going to grab the ball every regular season 5 days and dominate. That's not who he is. I mean, we all kind of accept it. So you get a stinker every now and then. Game 1 versus the Rays, setting the tone for the series. Would have been nice if he was sharp and crispy and good. Because I think if he was good, we probably would have seen Chad. It would have been nice to see Chad in this series.
Yeah.
It's our best pitcher.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it to Tanaka.
I get it. Feels almost unfair because he didn't have it. Still doesn't turn out that ugly, but I get it. Adds up a little bit.
Does add up.
Holy smokes.
I gave Tanaka MFer twice last year.
When the team hits 196.
3 times.
I think between him and Gary, they got 6 total MFers from you.
Last year?
They combined for 6 total.
I mean, that's like, if your parents don't punish you when you do stuff wrong,
Right.
that's because they don't care about you.
It is like that.
You know what I mean?
It's eerily similar to that.
Like, I hold them to a higher standard than the rest.
Not mad, disappointed.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Big time.
Fall in.
Falling.
Stupid ass tartar.
Okay.
It's a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Good.
Have you decided? Do you want me to keep
Good
stalling?
job. I didn't want you to stall from the start.
I can do a whole Mitch
I've got
Hedberg
one
routine.
question. Like, is Britton eligible?
Sure.
Giving it to a hurt guy.
Well, maybe after
Doesn't
the play
feel
with
right.
Voit, he should have said, "Hey, Boone, come,
Boone,
come here.
Boone,
I'm hurt.
Booney."
If I try to pitch on this hurt hamstring, I may throw balls wildly inaccurate." So maybe you should have said that.
No, but the hitters to escape without an MF is unfair. I'm going by stats on this one. Aaron Hicks.
That's who I was looking for.
Aaron Hicks goes 1 for 12, 1 walk, so an 0.83 average, a 154 on base. And guess what? You and I were looking up the lineup today, especially after the Gleyber injury, which is unfair. But, you got Kratz playing for Gary, so you lose a body there. Jim, right now, the guys that we need to be themselves, I mean, it's Voit, it's Hicks, it's Urshela, and then, Talkman should get some love, but the power just hasn't been there, so it's kind of what is he? Clint is coming back to earth a little bit, so Hicksy, man, just a tough series. Wash it off. I mean, the Rays switched him around a lot. They love doing that. They don't believe in right-handed Hicks.
Me neither.
He hasn't shown a lot. He was actually good last year. He had those 2 really important home runs.
It's not that I don't believe in right-handed Hicks. He
just not as
doesn't-
much as lefty Hicks.
He doesn't make me tingle.
Lefty Hicks is a threat with a really good eye. Righty Hicks is a really good eye.
Yeah.
Hicks, you get it.
When Judge is out and DJ's out, you have to be good, Hicks.
Gardy made a nice play in center today, so he's peacocking on you a little bit.
That was a really nice play.
It's a nice catch.
People are not going to talk about that play.
It's a nice catch.
It was a really nice play.
Got to dive after.
Don't do it. Why you do that to me?
I didn't do anything.
You set me up to be the bad
I didn't
guy.
do anything.
Oh, I'm a bad guy.
Look at yourself. Just face, nothing else.
Yeah. Going face mode.
Just face mode, JOMBOY. What should we do? Regular old awards?
Regular on the wall.
Do we need to do like a 1 negative, 1 positive rule? What do we need to do?
I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about. Find the guy and then fit an award.
So normal awards then, okay.
Normal awards.
Well, you have the honors.
Yeah, I have the honors. Of course I
Okay,
do.
Getting feisty, face JOMBOY.
Don't call me that.
Jom face. I'm sorry. I crossed the line. I mean, you're getting close. The way you're wearing that, you're getting close to being Mustache Jimmy, which is a guy I haven't seen in a long time. Has he been on Talkin' Yanks?
No.
BBD, if you see Jimmy come in here with a mustache, get out. Straight out the window. Ron Swanson, Tammy style. Out.
Yeah. Probably won't do that because I'm so scared of my double chin being exposed again. If I shave my face,
Oh, I know.
I'll come in with a mustache, start stabbing you right in the fucking eye.
What's your first award again?
My first award is I will never be able to quit you.
Award. I will never be able to quit you. Award.
Don't quit on me, I won't quit on you. Award. No quitters award.
Bloop.
TJ Lavin award. It's the TJ Lavin award.
Wow, nice. Got there.
Got there.
Got where we needed to be.
Can you erase everything you typed, BBD, and just put the TJ Lavin
Yeah.
award?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, Gary.
No,
I know,
wrong.
That seemed like the obvious one. So you'll be able to quit Gary one day?
Just because they didn't get this award doesn't mean he doesn't fit the criteria. I can only give one dude.
Okay. Who gets it?
Gio Urshela.
Yeah.
Makes the
He deserved
snag over
one.
the dugout, makes the play at shortstop. He's the best. I think I've given him an award every show.
Yeah.
Him and Voit are the best hitters. Gio's the best. Gio's the best all-around Yankee this season?
Does Judge count?
If Judge counts and DJ counts, Gio's the third.
And Voit has his hat in the ring with Urshela.
But Voit, and it's just the position he plays,
Right.
can't change the game with the glove the way Gio can. And that's not a knock on Voit. It's just the position they play.
I think two-way player would be your safest route.
And I think Gio has changed more games both ways than DJ.
There's another way to shift the award.
How do I butter knife this award?
I think the way...
Impact?
I was going to say, like, momentum. Like, Gio Urshela, that inning he had today at third base, if that was a close game, it like, changes the outlook of the game. Like, because there's normal innings where third basemen don't make either of those plays, and you're in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And Urshela makes plays that you almost look back at as the other team, and you're like, damn. Like, that's normally something. He hits the home run to take the lead today. Yeah, I mean, there's a world where we're talking a lot more Gio Urshela today.
I mean, he got a little cold with the bat. They all did. But the home run, the plays, the play at shortstop, the plays today, he's so good, man. I don't and the fact that we went from Chase Headley to Andujar, we've talked about this at length, but it's like a revelationary in my brain.
Yeah.
This is what a good third baseman does to games.
And I mean, even A-Rod was got good, but he was weird. He was A-Rod. He was mechanical. He was a shortstop playing third base.
Gio Urshela is now the pride owner of
the T.J. Lavin Award.
And the Leatherface Award.
And the Leatherface
And the Leather Hand Award, and he got one pride this year. So he's like he's my most trusted player on both sides of the field.
Two-way.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like Judge is the only one there. And he's cute as hell.
Cute as hell. You know I love Gio. Same birthday. Goalkeepers, third baseman. We get it going.
Okay. What's your first award?
My first award. I am going to give the Busch Gardens Award.
The Busch Gardens.
The Busch Gardens Award.
Okay, so the Busch Gardens, for those that don't know, is a theme park in Tampa Bay and Williamsburg. It's committed to the health and safety of our guests, employees, and animals. So it's a festival, animals, a lot of fun. I'm going to go with Talkman.
It's going to Tyler Wade. And Jim, I'm gonna fluff you up a little bit. So I don't want I feel like I'm losing you going face boy on me a little bit.
You want no face boy? I'll do the whole show with
Busch Gardens is it's a roller coaster amusement park.
Yeah.
A good roller coaster, or some of the crazier roller coasters, have loops in them. And there's been a guy you've been talking about for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Who's got a loop in his swing, and it's got to go. It's Tyler Wade, man.
Stop hitting the ball in the air, Tyler.
I mean, he was making decent contact today.
Good content,
He was
too.
making good content, too.
Your half. You half of them.
But, I mean, he drove a ball to center. He drove a ball to right center, but it's a big ballpark. He's got to get, 100% of it to really get it out of the park. And, man, you wish Like, look at what Talkman's doing. Look at what LeMahieu's doing. You know, LeMahieu's a little unfair. I mean, LeMahieu's a bona fide pro. He's been great. How can you not see what Talkman's doing and be like, with my speed, I can be a game-changing player. I could be talked about almost like we just talked about Urshela. I can affect the game in every aspect. Instead, he's a dud on one side of the ball right now.
We're like having a lot of conversations. We've had a lot because the Gio love and the Wade hit the ball on the ground, dude.
Yeah.
Use your legs, like
line drives and lower.
But a ground ball scares the defense.
Yeah, one bobble, you're on base.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just had such a good tweet.
Okay. Now we have our... Oh, you did have a good tweet.
Yeah.
Go check out at JOMBOY_ on Twitter.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, man. And like Tyler, you won't find a better / creepier fan than me. So come on.
Yeah, we want you. Like
it would be huge for me.
Personally.
If you start hitting liners. So, hey, you barreled some balls. Just bring that launch angle down, baby.
Bop.
Well, you're ready. You see that ball coming, you just chop that wood.
My next award
Talk to O'Neill.
is the Bacardi and Cola Award.
No. This early in the season?
Mm-hmm.
You're giving it out.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do it. Do it.
All right. And you?
Do it. Bacardi and Cola, do it. Do it. Okay?
Oh, my God.
Goes to Brian Cashman.
Wow. You're going to feed the beast on this?
Just do it.
You're going to feed the beast.
Call up Clark Schmidt, Cash.
Okay.
Quit
He's listening.
dicking around.
He's listening.
I know you listen, Brian.
He's listening.
Sorry about all the injuries. It's a tough go. Doesn't reflect poorly on you, I don't think. Do it, man. When have you ever heard me be on the call-up train?
Zero.
I hate the call-up kids.
You dislike the call-up train.
Whenever the Yankees tweet, call up Andujar, call up Clint. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Gleyber. We didn't hear about any of Gleyber's skills. The scouting report was a good ball player.
He's a good ball player.
Yeah, I bet.
It is good.
Yeah, worked out.
Call him the hell up.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, now Paxton has probably forced their hand.
Yeah.
But what are we waiting for? Hap's going to get another start? Like, let's get a shot of life in here. Let's get a shot of life in here. Call him up.
Do it.
Can you blare this?
Yeah.
Can we listen to this again?
Don't have to blare it, but.
Okay, do it. Do it.
All right. And you?
Do it. Bacardi and Cola, do it. Do it.
Dude, even the waitress is all right. It's pretty
so
good.
Good.
All right.
Starsky and Hutch?
Starsky and Hutch.
Go watch it.
All right.
Go watch it.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Another good line from Starsky and Hutch.
It's another good line, Tim.
When they find the dead body in the water, and Owen Wilson's character is, "We got a floater." Oh, I hate a floater. Let's just push it down the river to the next precinct. Just kicking the body.
It's good.
Have you seen that one?
Good precinct humor.
BBD? Have you seen that movie? Okay, good.
Gave a nod, yes.
Your homework is
Yeah.
like we're getting deep.
And real
2 movies deep.
deep.
So the Bacardi and Cola Award goes to you, Brian Cashman. Just call up Clark Schmidt. The service
Yeah.
time stuff is there.
It's done.
You got
What are
the
you
extra
waiting
year.
for?
You got your time. What are we waiting for?
I mean, if you somehow thought we had our 5 in the rotation locked down, looks like we don't anymore. So, Clarky, what will you do if they...
Do it.
I'm not even going to say it.
Bacardi and Cola. What do I do if what?
We just got you in a nice headspace right now.
do
It's
it.
not worth it.
Lay it on me.
It's not worth it.
Lay it on me.
Yankees tweet comes out. Here's the roster move. The New York Yankees call up Davy Garcia.
They won't.
Okay.
Because
We would have
he's on-
lost bets on your jury.
Well, he's on 40 man. Is Davey on the 40-man? He is, right? And Clark's not? But they care about Davey's service time because he's a valuable trade piece.
Right.
So would be really dumb of them to call him up when they know he's not ready.
Just saying.
Well, I would hope you would agree with me. It would be really dumb.
I mean, I don't. From the last we saw them in the summer camp, Clark was ahead of Davey. And you'd assume from whatever they're doing at day camp in Scranton that Davey hasn't passed him, but...
The longer they don't call him up, the more I feel we have a Chance Adams, Justice Sheffield situation on our hand, which we don't because we've seen Clark pitch, and he's actually good, unlike Chance Adams, Justice Sheffield.
Good.
He actually has plus stuff where you see it, and even if you were in a silo with no batters and just him having a catch, and you'd be like, damn, that was a crazy good pitch. Chance Adams and Justice Sheffield never had that.
I like Sheffield, and he's been doing better.
He had one good start.
I think he's had 2 now.
Whatever. He's not good. He's not. His ceiling is not Clark Schmidt's.
Okay. Yeah, back-to-back good starts by Justice.
Good job, Justice.
Good job, kid. Okay. Cool. Cool beans, man.
That is a really good start against Houston, so good job, Justice.
Do it.
What if we change something about his mix?
Do it. Okay, for my final award, who deserves it? Who deserves it? I'm going to give out, and I mean, I think I deserve part of this award. It's the Really Award.
Really? Really?
Really?
Really? Really? I have no idea.
It's kind of going back to what we said before, that, you know, with a lot of these bodies and everything that went on last year, you know, you see a couple guys towards the top and you see the bottom of the lineup and it doesn't feel too bad.
Justice Sheffield?
Yeah. Change the pitch mix a little bit.
Scrapped the four-seamer entire. Like, he doesn't throw a four-seam fastball at all. It was his number one pitch. 50% to 0.
Done with it.
Good. He needed a big change like that. Now I am rooting for him more.
Okay. So look at that. Prospects can pan out. Jim, and again, I'm going to take the brunt on this. It's going to Mike Ford. Like, you know, he had the nice stats last year, and especially towards the end of the year, and then all the batting average stats came out. 40 stats are bad this year, 602 OPS. And I mean, hey, again, maybe this is unfair to him that the other guys are right, but when you see Mike Ford in the 4 spot, in the 3 spot, it's just not a Yankees lineup.
Well, and I think it is, and I think you struggle with this, and a lot of other fans struggle with this. Batting 3-hole for the Yankees does not mean what it meant 5 years ago. Batting cleanup for the Yankees, like, they don't give a fuck.
Right, but where you need to come back is that there's still analytics that are tied to it. Like, those spots are still going to get the most at-bats. Like, you know, that's why the 1 and 2 spots are still very important. But it's not like
they think Mike Ford's a 3-hole hitter. No,
and again,
they just plain splits.
This is almost unfair to 40 because, I mean, Judge, Stanton, LeMahieu, blah, blah, blah. We get it. Gary out today. But, like, we can't be having Mike Ford bat cleanup in a game against Garrett Cole. And, again, it does tie to a lot of injuries, but this year he hasn't looked great. His one shining moment was the home run off Glasnow. But I don't know. I think it's just a reality moment. And it's like, you know, where are we in 3 years? And we've seen some guys come through, Tyler Austin's, Ford.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just got to start being more real with it that, like, he's not going to be part of the answer.
Yeah, Ford's hitting so well that, like, you know.
Like, I'd rather watch Andujar throw up 0 for 4s because once his bat does figure it out, we can use him than Mike Ford.
In a different way. Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, you'll say on the pregame show, like, they have him batting 3, and it's like they have Talkman, Urshela, Clint, Ford have all batted 3-0. They don't do lineups like where they considered,
Sure.
let's put our best hitter 3-hole.
It's not the 90s. I get that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they were trying to piggyback off his homer off Glasnow last time. And
They just take the best lefties, the best righties, and sandwich them like that.
well, then they got to mix it up a little bit and slide Hicks down and have a couple righties lead off.
They did that against
You know?
Snell with the righty stack. But, yeah, dude, Ford's numbers look bad. He's a good threat off the – if he's not hitting, I don't know how much purpose he serves in a bench role because the only position he can play, Voit has locked up.
Yeah.
He's not going to steal starts from Voit. So I think his time, if they have a full – well, let's do this just for the sake of
No boy.
making our brains a little happy before we end this episode. If Judge comes back and DJ comes back,
Yes.
so 2 weeks from now, what's the ideal lineup and bench?
So, let's see. So, are we assuming Gleyber IL?
No, I was going to have Gleyber on there
Okay.
as well.
So, we'll jump forward 2 weeks. Gleyber is back. DJ's back. Okay. No Stanton.
My read on Boone's quotes there is that Gleyber might not be bad.
We'll see. You are the Boone Messiah, so I'll choose to believe that, and I like that answer. So yeah, I mean Gary, Voit, DJ, Gleyber, Gio, bang.
Yeah.
Hicks in center, Judge in right. Left field is Talkman.
I'm fine with Talkman, Gardy, platoon situation. But yeah, you start Talkman.
You lean Talkman.
And Clint
You can
DH.
rotate the rest days. Clint DH, maybe you spark Andujar somehow in the next coming weeks.
I'm over Andujar. I think he should stay down and bow out of the season.
I think a good
Not him personally, but
a good series from Andujar could change that answer. As of right now, you're very right. But I think if we saw Andujar with
unfair to Clint at this point to say
Yeah,
Andujar should be DHing over him.
it's a very small sample, and that's all we have this year, so it's very fair. And Clint has hit well, but I just think if we saw a 3-game set where Andujar went 5 for 10 with 3 doubles, I think we could hop back on that train quick. But he's got to do it.
We're 2 years away from that.
He's gotta do it,
2 years
yeah.
out. Like, we haven't seen him hit
It's true.
in 2 calendar years. And it's not fair to him to expect
Right.
it out of him. So I think they need to stop messing around. So then the bench would be, right, Kratz or Higgy.
Kratz or
Higgy.
Higgy's back.
Then
One of Gardner Talkman.
one of
Gardy.
Gardner Talkman.
We'll say Gardy for now.
Wade. And then who would you want as your fourth? Would you want Ford? Would you want Tyro? I'd want Tyro over Ford. Would you want
Andujar.
I'd want Tyro over Andujar / Ford because Andujar doesn't have a spot in defense. If you pinch hit him, then you have to burn another player to defensive replace him. Ford doesn't have a spot either, so if you pinch hit him, then you have to defensive replace him as well, unless you're just pinch hitting him for Clint. So, my ideal bench doesn't have Ford or Andujar on it right now, if they all get healthy, which isn't going to happen
won't
because
happen.
the season is cursed and the Yankees are cursed.
Yeah, and in that situation, after seeing what the Rays did to us today, use that Scranton bus a little more for the pitchers and use a bench. Use a bench, man. Have Andujar and Tyro, or have Tyro and Ford. So, if you find yourself in a late-game situation, instead of us being nervous about who Otto's got to face, let's screw the other team on the 3-batter rule and give ourselves a good matchup.
Yeah.
28-man rosters.
Yep. I agree.
Figure out who you can send down between Holder, Heller, Nick Nelson. Who else is out there?
Well, Miggy Yahoo.
Miggy Yahoo, if we're going to use him sometimes. Call up Clark. Rotate those guys. Use the rules.
They have been sending guys up and down just really bizarrely.
Yeah.
They called up Tropiano and then sent him down without ever using him.
Good job, Trope.
Got some money out of that.
Whole thing was a real trope.
Oh, dude, really good response to the Goose picture. It's
Yeah?
oh, man, they got his twin brother, too.
Ooh, that is good. Chase
It's
Green.
really good.
Shout out, Chase.
Yeah. All right. I think
Okay.
that's the show.
Yeah, we'll see what goes on with this Mets series.
Yeah. Pre-game shows. Well, there won't be one tomorrow. If there is one Saturday, Sunday, they'll be on Instagram Live for the weekend. All right. That's it. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We love you.
Maybe a couple Sad Boy reviews. Your call.
No, we said we wouldn't ask for reviews until the end of the season.
I didn't. I said maybe a couple Sad Boy reviews.
Okay.
Period.
Where's the grandma button? Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.